So when you're out riding four-wheelers around all day, pulling samples, like I said, you got a lot of time alone with your thoughts. Great way to fill that time, podcasts. So today I listen to a lot of economics and psychology podcasts, sociology podcasts. That is stuff that interests me. I'm kind of a nerd like that. But I started my day out listening to some Planet Money podcasts about the Smoot-Hawley tariffs that were signed into law during the Great Depression by Herbert Hoover and the impacts that they had on the economy. A little bit reflective of times now, perhaps. So I started that out. Then I switched to Jordan Harbinger podcast, which I'm a huge fan of. It's kind of like Joe Rogan, but probably a little bit more focused on the guests and their areas of expertise. Jordan, who's the host, does a really good job of reading up on the guests before interviewing them. So he throws them a lot of softballs to be able to go into depth on the topics of their expertise. But listen to one about with Neil deGrasse Tyson and really about like the scientific method and just maintaining a curiosity to learn. And then also just finished one up with I don't remember Isaac Lidheck. He was Weasel on Saved by the Bell back in the 90s, that TV show. And so he was on the show and then actually lost his sight in his early to mid 20s over time. Went on to be a lawyer and was a clerk for the Supreme Court as a blind man. And has done a lot of things and wrote a book about that. So it's just about, I want to talk about neuroscience, but then also making the most of the hand that's been dealt to you and not getting down on yourself as a result of that. But then also, just a lot of neuroscience stuff. So that was my podcast list today. I think we're going to switch over to music for the rest of the afternoon. Big Morgan Wallen guy. Into some Ella Langley right now. Always a big T Swift guy. And whatever else comes up. Maybe some Lainey Wilson, some Thomas Rhett. Yeah. So probably switch over to music because you got to have something going on in your brain when you're solo sampling.